Welcome to Top Dogs. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing the future of the furry fandom. Ooh, that is definitely exciting. Most of what we will be talking about is upcoming changes, trends, and challenges facing the furry fandom, and what advice that we could give to new furries. So join us today on the episode of the furry fandom in the future. How about that? Was that better?
That sounds good.
Did I sound more robotic?
No,
Okay.
no, that was very personal. That was really into it. You did a good job. Sorry.
I practiced a lot in the mirror on that one. I practiced a lot.
You poured your soul into it more than soul food.
You know how many times I had to sit in front of the mirror just to practice how I presented my own speech?
No, it'll come with time. You'll see. But hey, everyone. I'm Stream ArcaDad.
This is FictionBoi.
Yeah, I'm Whiplash. If my trackers would work.
The awkward silence when he was trying to present himself was...
My
great.
body is giving itself whiplash right now. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
How appropriate.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
I'm going to apologize ahead of time. If you hear like scuttering while I'm talking, it's because my German Shepherd puppy is playing with toys in the garage with me. I got to keep an eye on him.
Little puppy.
Aww. Anyways, guys. So as you know, we cannot predict the future. Things happen in life that we cannot control. And that's how life is. But now we're going to ask questions about the uncertainty of the furry fandom and its future. So I guess we'll start off with the first question, which I'll start off telling Stream and giving his point on it. So what do you think will be the biggest changes to the furry fandom in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's a very good question. I think technology is one of the things that is going to affect the furries a lot, which is probably what the next question we're going to talk about. But I think what is going to happen, the changes concerning the furry fandom, I think we're going to be a lot less underground. I mean, the furries are starting to surface. Non-furry people are starting to know more about us. I've seen TikTok videos of people shaming the furries and some other actually defending them because they're like, dude, they're just having fun, having a good time. They're not harming anyone. And they're actually doing a lot of good stuff for the communities and people, like helping cheer them out. Some do public events. Some go to hospitals to see children that are not doing so well. Go away. Go play with your toys. There you go. Bush. So it's a hard one to answer, honestly, because there's so many things coming up. But I think the crossover of VRchat and other VR social platforms and cons are two things that are starting to, they're starting to merge these two together. They have these portals and stuff. But I'm going to talk more about it in the next question.
Whiplash, what about you?
To be fair, it is a hard question to answer since it's 5-10 years in the future. But from what I can see, is there's a lot more people who are coming forward being furries now, which is great. It's a lot more, characters that we can see in places, more furries at cons, more furries with maybe interesting personas. Like, I'm sure somehow there will probably be like another 2-3 different species that furries make up in the next 5-10 years, so we'll have more of those running around. But I see furry conventions popping up more the more as we go along. Like, there's some fur cons I've never heard of that have just like started like within the past year or two, or like past year. So I expect there being more cons, spread out throughout the United States, so more people could technically go to these cons besides the ones we have on VRchat, so people can actually experience, how fun it is actually being in a hotel full of people who are just like you. Because VRchat's great, and you can see people and talk with people, and it's just almost the same thing as IRL, except you can't interact personally, like touch pretty much. But it's fun interacting with them in person, pretty much. And that's something that people are missing out on. Hopefully that'll be more out there for people.
What?
More conventions are popping up.
He's touching my head. He kept touching my head. I don't know what face I was making.
It was cute nonetheless. Don't worry about it. It was adorable.
I wasn't even paying. I was focusing on Whiplash, and you distracted me. I was like, "Huh? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Sorry about that, Whiplash. I was actually into what you were saying. But yeah, I would say technology is definitely a big one. I also have a guess of how things are going to be in the future with the furry fandom in terms of how social media sees us, in terms of business things are concerning. Or not a concern, but as a, not really so much a concern, but more like if people could take a serious words in a business perspective, which we are capable of doing business.
Well, I'm doing one right now based off the furry fandom, and it's doing pretty well, honestly. You find a niche. It's a new market. The furries are an entirely new market you can explore for business companies. So I think that the fact that the furries are surfacing more, people are starting to be more aware of them, and it's cool that we see companies starting to build like products that are targeted towards the furry community. My business is an example, but I want to talk about it. That's not the point. I think it's good. Like, people are starting to know more about us. Maybe we'll get our own bathrooms with a little furry tail. You know, they're making those bathrooms for all genders.
Oh my god.
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if people in the media are gonna be like, furries, we want to be like a whole different things, and we want to have our things of our own. I don't know if it's gonna get to that point. I hope not. I just want people to be treated equally and just make everything general.
I think the other issue I wanted to bring up was. I was going to bring up another issue. Yes. So there is another issue where furries are concerned about being mainstream, which the more popular it gets, the more mainstream it's going to be. That's the problem, people. It comes with the turf. Unfortunately, that's how it is realistically. The bigger and popular the community is, the more mainstream it becomes. That's just how it is.
And then people are gonna join the furries just to be mainstream, but they're not legit furries inside them, or they'll find justifications to find themselves furry. I don't know. I honestly don't mind. I don't judge, but it's probably gonna become
we'll find out when it goes.
I just feel like, in my opinion, that go ahead, Whiplash.
I was gonna say it doesn't matter what fandom you're in, honestly. You're always gonna have people who just hate you for no reason. It doesn't matter what you like. There are people who just like despising you just because you're happy, and that's how I see it as, honestly. People just don't like our happiness. But honestly, and enjoy what you like.
I had a conversation. That's just the real way of putting it. I had a conversation with our subscribers earlier, and I was mentioning that, you mentioned the fact of being weird. Like, I've known my whole childhood that I've always been this one weird kid, and I tried to blend in with other people, but it seemed like people couldn't pick up on what I was trying to do, and they were just picking on me. And at one point, I just started embracing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm weird. What about it? And while I'm weird, I'm like, if I'm going to be weird, why not make it fun for people and entertaining? And I became this clown that I love to do things to be goofy, and I embrace the fact that I'm weird, and it's actually really fun because I make people laugh. I put smiles. You guys have seen it on our TikTok channel, which is linked down below in the link tree. I've goofed myself a few times, and those are all legitimate mistakes, but you know what? If it made people laugh and they had a good time out of it, and I was able to put a smile on their faces, that's all that matters to me. So accept who you are as a person and just go with it. It'll be better. You'll feel a lot better.
The one thing we'll say, if you're a furry, and there's no denying this, it's just truth. You're weird. Embrace your
Everybody has a weird aspect to themselves.
Exactly, and people who say they're normal are boring people. Let's be honest. They want to think the basic knowledge of like what a normal person is someone who goes up, works a 9-to-5 job, who likes sports, who goes to friends with bars on the weekends. Which that's not a bad thing, but everyone can go to bars on the weekends. Even furries, we have gay bars, or just gay people in general have their gay bars. But normal is boring.
Yeah.
Be weird. It's fun.
Be weird. It is more entertaining, and honestly, everybody is weird. Everyone is weird on some level, on something. It's just some are better at hiding it than others. I'm just an open book with everyone. I don't care. I don't care what people think. I'm happy just the way I am, and you should be too.
Everybody
don't
should
try
be.
to blend it with everyone. Don't be a sheep. Stand out. Be unique. Be yourself. Enjoy life.
Hey, to be fair,
worth it.
To be honest, I think the ones who like to be normal, they're usually the weirdest ones. They just like telling anyone.
I think they're probably the most taboo. They probably have the most taboo compared to everybody else that accepts the fact they're weird.
Oh yeah, they probably have some deep, dark secrets they don't like telling people about because they know that they're below like all the weird people on the very bottom.
If you can compare it to the top of the iceberg in terms of weird, they're probably at the very bottom of the iceberg.
Oh, it's pretty girthy. The bottom of that iceberg is really girthy.
Got a lot of weight to it. Has a lot of
weight to it. They hide it so much. They hide it so much because they got so much to hide. That's what they're doing.
Exactly. But yeah, embrace your weirdness. It's the best thing you could possibly do.
Yeah. Because people
and if anyone actually comes
when you're lying, you're trying to cover up something. People can tell. They're not stupid. You're not fooling anyone. You might for a little while, but eventually it'll come up. Might as well just embrace it and be like, yeah, what about it?
Yeah. And if they do that, just be like, well, you know what? At least I'm happy. What about you?
I don't mean to be cut off the subject here. I don't mean to cut off the subject, but I'm noticing you two are kind of going at each other in terms of talking. You're going hard at it, which I'm happy that you guys are.
Dude. I'm so involved in this conversation.
I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad Whiplash is getting a little bit more camera action because this guy's just been sitting in the background this entire time while me and Streamer have been getting all the action. He's like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
No. He's just sitting there. Things.
Oh, he does, but he's just quick.
I'm quick.
In more ways than one.
What?
No, when it comes to quick, I mean, in terms of quick, I mean like you're quick with your answers. Now, you didn't used to be that way.
I'm about to say, it's getting easier to do it. I'm about to say, there's a few things I'm not quick at.
That would be tying your shoelaces. Oh wait.
No, I'm so glad you both are just lost on what I just said.
I wear Crocs, so I don't have to deal with laces.
I don't care. Crocs are very comfortable.
God.
Pulling my trash out in a snowstorm in winter, I put my Crocs on. Don't give it. Whee!
It's whatever.
Anyways, on to the next question. So now we can answer this. So I will also answer this first. Here we go. So the second question is, guys, what new technologies do you think will have the biggest impact? Well, if you want the short answer, look at where we are right now.
Yeah, VR is pretty much the answer. Even in cons, they're putting portals where people in VRchat can interact with people inside cons and vice versa. And I think this is like a great thing. I was able to see some friends that were partying at a different con somewhere in the world, and I was like, I could see them, and they could see me. It gets really cluttery because there's so many people in front of these portals, but the proof of concept is there. And it's very convenient being able to just put on a headset and be whatever character you want in whatever proportions and sizes without having to deal with the massive heat stroke that comes from being in a hyperactive fursuiter, which I am. I don't stand heat very well, and I'm very hyperactive. Like, I let my character out completely, and I end up having like almost heat strokes. I need to carry like a water cooling vest with my backpack. I have actually ice circulating in my vest in my fursuit because I get too warm. But the technology is cool, and for furries, companies are developing technologies to make fursuit wearing a lot more comfortable. There's the easy cooldown vest, which came out a few years ago, but there's like people that are working on better ways to make fursuits. Yeah, I got the water cooling vest, which I made myself, but this is not a new technology. It's been made before. But fursuits fursuits now, they're like 3D printed, so they're a lot lighter, they breathe more easily, they have more features. The new protogen fursuits are really cool too. They look really amazing. I saw a bunch of French people in protogen fursuit inside an elevator. That was like, they made a TikTok with it. It was great. But I think VR is a way to have us connect with each other without having to go to a con and spend thousands of dollars on a weekend. So yeah, that's my take. What about you, Whiplash?
I would say.
My take on it is it's the same. It's honestly the same way. Like VRChat is just a great way to get to know people in the furry fandom more without spending more money. Now, I mean, you still gotta spend money to actually meet people in VRChat. You can either have an Oculus and just meet people regardless, or you can do what all three of us have, which is spends thousands of dollars for our VR setup.
To be honest with you, it's a great investment.
It is a great investment. And honestly, if I want to go to FWA, I have to budget $2,500 for me to go there because I'm driving. I need to pay the hotel room. I need to pay for the food. I need to pay for the gas and everything. That's $2,500. That's a headset with a decent gaming PC. Stop. Hey, shh.
You're shooing your dog away.
Please, stop. Go. So he's climbing on top of me. He's so cute.
He's pouncing.
Yeah. So, like, in one con, you can almost afford a full VR setup, and that will last you years. And that PC, you can do other stuff with it. You can create content. You can start modeling and stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, well, let me get there. You don't have to spend $3,000 at the con. You can spend $500, excluding the hotel expense and stuff like that. But that's like another $500. So you can enjoy a con for $1,000, right? But with our VR headsets, and because I did it before when I first went to the furry cons, like I spent like $500 was like con related, and the rest was gas, hotel, and all that stuff, which was like another $500. But with our VR headset setups, like a nice gaming computer, you can get between $2,000-$3,000. Like that's for if you want something that can take VR pretty well. You can build yours too, but it's still gonna be about $2,000 range.
The investment is still something to consider.
It is. Our headset's worth $1,000. I think you have what, the Vive?
I have the Vive Pro, but I've got the wireless adapter, and I got base stations and new controllers, full body tracking, batteries, better microphone, better headset. I probably spent over $4,000 on my hits on my setup, but don't take me. I go extreme on my hobbies. I go way overboard. Most people are going to be fine with like the Valve Index, come with the good controllers that I had to buy separately. 2 base station, the headset for like $1,000, $1,500, and then you get like maybe $1,500 to $2,000 spec gaming PC, and you should be good to go. So maybe 2 or 3 cons, and you're all set. And it will last years, so
I think with my entire PC setup,
I went
the
all
index
full board,
and stuff.
Man.
I mean, to be fair, like with my entire like PC setup, it's like probably $7,000 at this point. To be honest, it's just
you guys,
too much.
But I will say this: you don't need to necessarily spend that much money to have a good setup.
No, you don't.
You can
buy
get
the Oculus Quest. Yeah, you get the Quest for $300. You can do Quest VR, but it's not. Spend another $1,500 for a decent gaming PC in a good Wi-Fi 6 router, and you can play PC VR and enjoy the full experience. I mean, Quest is a good way to start. And what's cool is that the Quest is not a bad headset. What's cool about it is you can do both.
So durable.
Quest standalone VR, or you can hook it to a PC and have the best of both worlds. So that's very convenient, very cool.
Yes.
It's affordable too.
It is.
Also, it's not just VR that is actually the big thing. Yes, but VR has a way of networking everything. Even I could see that being a future thing with cons. And in fact, Furality has already did that. They have done something very similar to that with FWA last year, where they brought their Furality to FWA so they can, communicate from the VR world, from the real world, which is pretty cool. Me and Whiplash have personally seen this by going inside their thing, which was pretty neat. Whiplash?
You're talking about the the portal thing that they did for Audi.
Yeah. They did that from last year. That was pretty cool.
I mean, they've done it at almost every big con though, because they had it at Megaplex, they had it at BLC, they had it at Anthrocon, they had it at MFF, they had it at Denver, they had it at pretty much every con that you can imagine. I think the only one they didn't have it at was Sin City MerCon when I went to it last year. Because that was also in February and it was at the beginning of the year. Was it 21? No, that's 21. No, that's 22. Never mind. But they did it regardless, and it's honestly a great thing. Be able to see your friends who can't go to a FurCon through pretty much a screen. It is like looking. Oh God, what is it like? What movie is it like when they went through like a portal and like there's like they went down the middle of the screen and they kind of like put their arms through the portal and they turned to something different. That's kind of like how it is almost.
That is.
Well, regardless, it's awesome because you can have your friends just like looking at you through the screen, regardless if you're at the con or if you're in VR. It's pretty cool, honestly, and they can hear you and they can see you. It's not like, you know, you can't just, it's one-sided. Everything is even out. You can hear them, they can hear you. It's great to know.
There's other technologies and applications that are being used in the furry fandom, like Bark, for example, which is another way for furries to meet up, especially like they definitely use it for meetups. Bark is basically just like another meetup app, I would say.
It's Grindr but furry.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep saying that.
No, it's not Grindr at all. I have it myself, but I can guarantee I never use Grindr either, so I can't really compare it.
I never have either.
There was like So there was an app called FurZU that was like a dating app, but for furries. It was like the equivalent of Grindr. The actual coder, the programmer, is actually a friend of mine. He's a very handsome bear, I can tell you that. He's also made like Grommer and like he made like 2 or 3 dating sites. He did all the programming for it. But those are the cool things. Technologies is really cool for fursuit makers as well. For like with the era of 3D printers and modeling and stuff, it has made their job a lot more easy.
My head is 3D printed.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
My new one. Yeah, my 2.0 is 3D printed.
That's cool, actually.
It's expensive though. Like it's an extra.
Really? I thought that would be inexpensive.
Well, it takes a long time. Here's the thing: is like you have normal like foam-based heads, and then you have 3D heads or 3D printed heads. One takes longer than the other. Foam heads are more like getting like the shape molded and everything. 3D printed is putting it into a computer system or computer, and then shoving it into the 3D printer's file. Look, I've never used one before, so I'm just here. I'm assuming it's a way of like. So I'm assuming it's more like you design the head and then you put it into a 3D printer, and then it takes that design and starts molding it out. But it takes hours, and 3D printers are expensive depending on how big you go. Like you can go from like a small one for like $500 to like. I think I remember seeing one is like $500,000.
So usually the process for the 3D printing is you'll use a software like Maya or 3ds Max or Fusion 360. I'm gonna have to pull my dog out because he's whining to go take a poop. Hold that thought.
All right. So, why don't you go take the dog out and then we can get back to your question.
Okay, I'll just answer this quickly. So what you do, you'll use a software to 3D model to make an STL file, which is the standard most 3D printers use. Then you put it into a software that is called a slicer, and it will turn it into instructions for the printer to actually print your part. And then you take that G-code file, and then you put it on your printer, and then it prints. And yes, it can take up to 12, 24, 38 hours, depending on the size of the part. So I'm going to go take care of my dog. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Don't fall on your way there.
Also, I will say, there's another thing, too. There's a chance... I'm not sure how much of a chance there is usually when it comes to 3D printing, but there's some times where an error can occur and it can mess up the entire print, and then you gotta restart. I've seen it happen to my friend's printer before. It's not.
Well, we can start off with the
3. I was gonna say 3D printing is just more lighter. It's more lighter. It's kind of like you put like compare like plastic pieces on a car to carbon fiber. It's just lighter.
That makes sense. So we're going to start off with the third question. So I'm going to start off with this.
Yeah, third question.
How do you think the furry fandom will evolve in terms of its culture, norms, and values? Oh, what is he doing? So to give you guys context, Whiplash just got out of his chair and just spanked Stream's avatar butt. You didn't see it in the camera view, but this is for the audio context.
But
all right, so I'm gonna repeat. He looks like a daddy long leg. That's what he looks like. Oh, there he goes.
I don't know about that one. He looked like it was contortionist for a second.
Hey,
got some moves there, Stream.
Sorry.
Got some moves.
I was like pulling his leash. I was literally pulling his leash and like, okay, you can go now. And I turn around like, where is he? And he actually pooped on the floor. I'm like, oh god damn it! I was literally like 5 seconds too late. It's fine. He's just a puppy.
Right.
He's 3 months old.
He's really trimmed too.
Small puppy still.
So, anyways, so my third question is like, how do you think the furry fandom will evolve in terms of its culture, norms, and values? But I guess that is a very tough question to answer because who knows how our values will change. We don't really have a set way just yet, I think.
No, we don't. I think at the basis of every single thing that concerns everybody, even people like it's not even specific to the furries, but in general, just be respectful. Respect others, and you will be respected, and treat others you want to be treated. It's like it's okay to have
others.
Respect. What did I say?
Respect.
Respect. I was struggling with that. So respect others and have it's. You're making me lose my train of thought.
Wait, what's the way the carpet says it? It's like respect my daughter.
My daughter, but then I respect my daughter. No, but like generally speaking, it's like my mentality on things is just live and let live. You live your life, you live yours. Respect mine, and I will respect yours. And you're not a furry. You find that freaking weird, and you have whatever judgment against the furry. That's your opinion. That's you. Respect. You believe in some odd religion that believes that they should do this or that. I personally find it stupid. Am I going to know you about it? No. I'm going to respect that because that's what you believe in. That's what you're into. That's your hobby or whatever it is. It touches so many things. Just live and let live. Respect that, and everybody is going to be better. We're going to live in a better world, a better place, less war, less discrimination. It'll be fine. But that's a pretty hard task.
It's not like we get called cringe a lot by kids.
They can call me cringe all they want.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't
it.
give a shit. I don't have to prove myself to anyone. I'm happy just the way I am, and you should be too.
I love it too. The thing is that if I'm going to bring on about the core values and especially dealing with people who don't really necessarily understand something, which, to be fair, that's okay if you don't understand something. Most people are afraid of things they don't understand themselves.
Yeah.
And so what I say to those kinds of people, as the old saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
And take considerations how a person may feel, just like how you want to be considered, how you may feel, because you might like something. So like, for example, if let's say this kid likes Minecraft, and because we know a lot of kids do, because that's pretty obvious. Roblox too. See, personally, kids, if any kid is watching this, I don't really necessarily like Roblox, but that's okay if that's your thing. It's just not mine. I didn't grow up doing that. In fact, I grew up playing games like Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3, Halo. Those were my childhood games. I don't judge you for, playing Roblox, playing Fortnite, doing those kinds of things, because, that's you. I would be a hypocrite to judge you for that thing. So nor should you judge me for being what I'm into.
Yeah. And you know what I like to say to people? Like, they're like, what are furries? What's that? What's that about? I'm like, the easiest way I found to explain it to people that are not furries, and I think you should use my example because to me it's been working very successfully. But what I tell people is like, well, furries, I tell them two things. So furries are like mascots, but instead of representing a company or an organization or a team, they represent you as an individual. Also, how do you know if you're like if you would be a furry? What I like to ask people, like, furries is like if you would be reincarnated into an animal or a mix of animals, what would you be? You could be a lion, you could be a dog, you can be a whale, you can be a dolphin, you can be whatever you want. What best creature or animals represent you the best? And then after that, once you figure it out, have fun with the colors, the patterns, and that's how you create yourself a furry character or an original character. And people usually, when I tell them that, they're like, huh, makes sense.
I already have a persona that I would give to Whiplash. He'll be Gator Florida boy.
Me.
Gator,
oh my god, I want to be a gator.
Florida boy. Florida man, that's for sure.
I mean, I'm Florida man, but I'm Florida Wolf. That's what I put in my Twitter bio. My location's like, oh god, it's Florida Wolf.
What does Florida Wolf actually do that puts him on the news?
What does Florida Wolf do? It puts you in the news. Alright, I robbed a 7-Eleven with my car. But instead of taking the car after robbing the gas station, I steal someone's bicycle and run away with it. And I rob them with a Twinkie.
A Twinkie? You're holding up some at a 7-Eleven with a Twinkie.
Dude, people are not going to shoot you down because you're holding a weapon. They'll shoot you down because they think you're crazy.
But here's the thing is, though, you don't have to actually show them the Twinkie. All you gotta do is put your hand in your pocket inside your jacket, and that's usually enough for them. I don't have any experience on this. I'm just saying that's how it works sometimes. You just gotta be like, give me the money. You can just be holding a Twinkie. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
You have a snack later.
I don't know.
You know, you could also be like, this. Hey, I'm gonna take your money from 7-Eleven if you don't. I'm gonna threaten you with something. Well, it's bright red.
Give me the money.
No.
I was gonna say stream though.
Oh, hold on. Let me say what I need to say.
I got something to say as well.
Oh my god.
Oh god. I glitched. Hang on.
Oh my god.
Sit your ass down.
Shut up. Anyways,
boy.
You could just go up to the 7-Eleven and be like, "Hey, I have something bright and 6 inches long. I'm gonna rob you with this gummy snake, world's largest gummy snake."
I'll whip you with it.
Or you just take some 2-month-old milk to the gas station. Just be like, open it up and let the air aroma just flow through it. Be like, if you don't want this spilt on you, you give me the money. Exactly, just like, shh.
You know, if
you want this 2-month-old cow milk, huh? Just sloshing.
It has turned.
It doesn't even come out as milk anymore. Just comes out as a solid.
Hang on. I got this. Hang on. I got this
right
here. Watch this. Milk's gonna get warm. And what I mean by warm, this is freshly milked Besani milk.
Okay.
Not cow milk, by the way. Human milk.
That's no. This is no. Besani's a cow, and Besani's just a cow.
Wait.
We're talking about Besani. Oh,
good idea.
Okay.
Wait.
Sorry, my bad.
Good idea.
Sorry about that.
Fandom.
If I'm gonna rob 7-Eleven, my threat is like, if you don't give me the money, I'll grapefruit you.
Not the grapefruit. I know what you were saying.
Oh man, that's
it's
more
some of the
efficient than a
grapefruit
weapon.
technique, huh? The grapefruit technique.
Not the grapefruit. Shut up. Okay. I'm changing the question.
Yeah, you gotta get the extra large one for me if you want to do that. Anyways,
shut up.
I think everybody. No, I think all three of us need the extra large one.
Shut up.
Get down with the big
fiction.
Are you able to answer the question, which is how do you think the furry fandom evolved in terms of its culture, norms, and values? You still haven't answered that question.
Just answer the goddamn question. Right, just answer the question.
Wait, how it's going to evolve?
In terms of its norms, culture norms, and values.
Well, what's the most besides us being furries and getting into fursuits and enjoying, a lot of us being introverts and a lot of us being extroverts. Like, it's kind of a mixed bag when it comes to us. And the fact that we have Twitter, so we have Twitter, we have vrchat, we have a lot of social medias where people can actually follow furries, follow artwork. We have furry sites to go to see artwork and stuff. And how everyone knows that furries are the most open about their sexuality, to be honest. So let's be fair. That's one of the memes that goes around, at least. Am I wrong, though?
Well, we're pretty open about it, but I think it's a lot of people in the gay
Not
culture,
everybody's the same.
No, not everybody.
Not everybody's the same, but mostly people, most of them are.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, like, just gay people, I know, like, from experience, are pretty open about this sexuality, whether you're furry or not. Just the fact that you're gay makes it pretty obvious. You could be, like, different sexualities or, like, a different part of the LGBTQ community and be a furry. That makes it really easy. But the thing is, the straight, like, the stereo cis male and cis female straight couples, they act like as if they're like the standard stereotypical couple, but when you actually get to know them, they do a lot of stuff. They just don't talk about it. They keep it underground. We're just open-minded about it, but they're kinkier. They're just as kinky as we are. They just don't talk about it. We're open about it.
I guess I would fit in that norm, in that spectrum, because me and my partner, we don't necessarily talk about those things. We're not very public about that. I guess I would fit in that
but
spectrum.
you're also...
What are you?
You're also bi, though, so it makes sense.
You're bi too,
bisexual,
but you're
but
still
there are-
open.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very open. I'm very open. I'm like a children's book. Just read me like a colored page.
Oh, I don't like
What?
that.
I don't like that.
It's easy. It's easy to read me. It's easy to read.
You're
That's what
an
I'm
open-
getting at. I'm
Just
easy
say
to read.
you're an open book. Just say you're an open book. That's what he meant. He's just
Fine, I'm an open
book.
dictionary. How about that? I'm an open dictionary.
His
Just read
filter
me.
has no mesh in it.
There, hold
He
on,
has, like,
hold on.
no filter. Sorry.
I mean, yes.
Whiplash.
What?
My dictionary's thicker than yours.
Okay.
Oh no, stream is
Well, it
alright.
is up
I
to
mean, you've
date.
seen them both already.
It
You've seen
is
them
from
both?
2023.
You've seen
I
both
do
of
have
them
a thicker
stream. That's your choice.
dictionary, actually. I have it sitting right over there. Over there.
You want to compare? You want to compare dictionaries?
I can send you a picture
I got
of
the
the
better looking
yes.
dictionary. I got the better looking dictionary.
I got a
How old
I
is
mean,
it?
it's
From the
what James-
1990s?
pretty great.
Are you trying to call my
I'm calling it old.
old? You're 2 years
Yeah,
younger
but
than
that
me.
Okay, first of all, you can brag that it's recent, but dictionaries that have experience is better.
And I have
Mine
way
has
too
a
much-
harder
too
cover.
much experience.
So mine is still firm
has-
after all these years.
Same. Mine's firm and has been used by a lot of people.
Hey, you know how many times we had to use our diction? Okay, to be fair, just to
It's
be
been
fair.
checked out from the
how
library too
many
much.
times have Whiplash? How many times have you had to use your dictionary when you had to do, like, look up a word that you didn't necessarily understand? How many times have you had to use Google?
Google. Are we still doing the? What are we on now?
Oh my god!
I don't.
You never just look up a word on Google?
I mean, I
idiot,
have,
what does
but
it mean?
we were.
I just
mean,
made
I
his
have-
phone.
is
Who
that
uses a
that's-
dictionary nowadays?
Okay,
Just
look,
check in
you're
your
gonna have to censor this out, Besani. But I looked up a new name for Andreas to call him in my phone number. Like,
No,
we
we're
finally
not
got
gonna
each
call
other's
that.
phone number. No. I finally got his phone
I
number
already know
from
what
him,
it
so
is.
I decided to put. Did he tell you?
Oh, I saw it.
Oh, give me a second. I gotta get my phone real quick. I'll let you know what I called him. Give me a second. It's great. Because I looked it up just to see what I was call him in Spanish. I called him. God, okay. I'm gonna probably destroy this pronunciation. I called him my. My God. Kono.
Oh, you called him. No, con maricón.
Kono American. Kono
Call him
American.
a maricón. Maricón.
Okay, Kono American. That means
There
you
you
have to
go.
bleep this out. It doesn't matter. It's Nugget.
Oh no.
Okay, that's not what I
Well, you have
thought
to-
you were
oh, no,
saying.
no, wait.
No.
Oh wait, actually, wait. It's not nugget. My bad. It's the F word. But still.
Yes. But I'm gonna have to get my.
Oh man.
You called him a nugget.
We were.
He don't
No.
nugget.
It wasn't nugget. It was the. Okay, it was. That's what I called him.
Yeah,
So many
my
blurs.
German friend, I called him verfickte Schlampe.
All right, so we're gonna head on to the.
Thank you.
You guys do realize that Besani is not the editor. It's still Coltyn.
I mean,
Oh,
hey,
no,
this is the
we're
one
gonna
part.
take everything
This is the
out.
one part. Hey, it's just the one part that we've done this, right? The rest of the show, we
guys
can
have
be
been
angels.
You two
You don't
are
want to
not
talk about
today.
thick dictionaries over here. You don't want to talk about thick
Yeah,
dictionaries. I don't want to hear it.
When I talk about
talking
thick
about
dictionary, I mean the literal dictionary book. I'm not sure where you're taking this.
We're talking
just
about
creative with my
dictionaries
jokes.
too? Like the book
No.
with pages?
Stream.
I was not looking at you.
Stream. Me and you were definitely
What?
taking it different places. Don't.
I wasn't
don't throw
looking
me
at you. I
underneath
was
the
looking
bus.
at him.
Nah, stream.
I don't know
Stream.
what you're talking about. I'm just talking about dictionaries.
Stream. Nah,
That's the thing.
you're not throwing me under the bus. I know you're talking the same thing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything.
Nah,
He was literally
you,
talking
you've
about
seen my
on his
you
phone.
see. Nah, you know what? You've seen my encyclopedia. That's what you've seen. You didn't see the dictionary.
Yeah, it's
That was
if you
nice.
have an
I
encyclopedia,
didn't
it's
see it.
definitely if you have an
It's been book
encyclopedia,
full,
it's
not
definitely
one
not
giant book.
valuable information. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the other question. So for the fourth question, I'm going to ask you guys: are there any new trends that you think will become popular in the coming years? Stream.
Oh god, new trends. Being a TikTok content creator. It's already trending.
Oh God. I mean, yeah, that's
Everybody
Yeah.
wants to do it. But it's hard.
It's
hard.
easier and
It's not
convenient.
easy.
Yeah, it is hard.
It's like another Vine, but longer videos.
I will say, with my experience with it, I enjoyed doing TikToks at the very beginning. I mean, I still like making videos, but you kind of run out of steam. Like, if including if you keep doing them like every day, you just kind of run out of steam doing it. That's why I'm like on
I try to do it.
2 a week sometimes.
Yeah, I try to do once
Yeah.
a week, but this week I wasn't able to record a video, so I'm kind of disappointed in that. But I try to do like one video a week, and I try to do something unique, and I try to avoid those long videos too, because they don't really like when it's too long. I mean, it's a platform made with people that have ADHD. If it takes 2 or 3 seconds to get to the point of your video, then people are just gonna swipe. It's very harsh. People are really quick on that swiping action.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm just gonna start doing whore things again.
Of course.
You want to be popular?
course.
Be a whore on the internet. Bing!
At first, I
That
thought he
works.
said
That's how I
horse.
begin with. I mean,
horse.
my bottom and look. Here's all I'm gonna say. When I first started doing TikToks and I started doing the bottom and top thing, I don't know if people were doing that beforehand. I just know that it blew the fuck up and it took off faster than I thought it was ever going to. Watch your profanity. I told I'll do better, but I'm failing. I'm sorry, Colton. My New Year's resolution has failed like people trying to go to the gym.
So that's the thing. People, they give them when people take on New Year's resolution, they always take those big, giant, like huge things they want to do. You should take it one step at a time. If your plan is to lose weight, be like, I want to lose 20 pounds this year.
Good song.
That's a much more achievable goal than saying, I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to go to the gym every single day. Like, do something, like, put your expectation here, and then put your actual goal there. Like, lower, much lower. I'm mimicking, like, my hand on top of my head and then waist level.
Okay.
But just,
yes.
like, give yourself challenges that are easy, like, actually achievable. People, they make it way too hard.
Okay, so I know you're.
I know what you're referring
I
to.
want to explain how I did mine. I wasn't the New Year's resolution. It was in April whenever I decided everything. I was going to go to the gym, lose weight, and be a healthier person. And I lost 45 pounds in a month.
Wow, that's really good. Congrats.
Did you do it fasting?
It was okay. I started watching my calories. I went to Subway every day, ate a sub, and just like baked chips and started drinking water a lot more. I got rid of soda altogether, or started drinking diet soda. It was one of those two. And then late afterwards, I stopped drinking diet soda altogether, and I just started drinking water, coffee, eating healthier, watching calories. Watching calories is honestly a good thing to do. You working out, at least you don't have to kill yourself when it comes to working out. Just at least go, even if it's for like the bare minimum, do like 30 minutes to an hour at the gym. Just do something to exercise yourself, or you can just walk around your block or bicycle, whatever. Just, you don't have to go all out. Just do like at least 30 minutes to an hour of exercise a day. It'll help out.
You know what would be a good
run.
trend would be like people get into the
Beat Saber will get you. Oh god.
It'll get you
I got a good
pumping,
trend.
and it's fun.
I could suggest a suggestion, which could be a new trend where furries are getting into the fitness community. That's definitely becoming a thing in the future.
Yeah, I feel like, I do feel people are starting to take care more of themselves. I got this kind of hunch.
It's also another thing is that whether or not...
Because you retweeted it, and so did I. How that one person on Twitter was like, "Oh, furries wear heads over their heads because they're too ugly," and then everyone just like, and then everyone was just like retweeting, and it was you, and it was me, and it was like, I don't know. It had more retweets than it did likes. That's when you know something is bad.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I didn't do any face reveal officially.
No, not yet. You should.
No, I mean, we saw yours.
You will.
Yeah, you guys saw me.
I know what your face
seen
looks
a few
like.
people. Yeah, I do pop on Discord. I'll pop my face, but I don't have any pictures on my Twitters and stuff.
FWA is gonna be the big face reveal.
Yeah, it's gonna be a face reveal. I got stuff ready for FWA. I've bought some stuff and like accessories and things. Anyways, I kind of want to make my avatar kind of look like me IRL, so I've bought some things. I think it's gonna be interesting. It might be completely stupid, or it might be actually cool. I don't know.
I do have to say though, is that another thing that we could consider is for trends would be whether or not TikTok and Twitch stream will still be a thing in the future. Because Twitching and TikToking is still one of the big trends right now in terms of technology and stuff like that.
Trends, VTubers. Everybody want to start live streaming using VTubers. That I've seen a massive increase in requests for those.
I mean, I wouldn't mind showing my face. I might actually do that one time. I might do that for a stream one day. Just show my actual face. Show my disgusting face to everyone.
Oh, don't say that. You're very handsome.
All right, next question.
Thank you.
How do you think the furry fandom will interact with other fandoms and subcultures?
I mean, that's a good question. Are we talking about like anime? Like, are we talking about like anime and talking about like TV shows and stuff like that?
Is that we could definitely work with other subcultures and fandoms, but the problem is they don't want to.
Well, they're doing it with anime. I mean, to be fair, you can call it Beastars, you can call Agretsuko. There's one that's 18 plus that does furries.
I
can't remember what the name of it is.
I think interactions with other cultures will happen. Sorry, I triggered that sound by mistake. I think interaction between cultures will happen when we have something in common. Like Beastars is a good example because it's furry and anime, so they kind of mix together. I really like Baymax from Superhero 6 because he's very cuddly, he's very like fluffy, and he's social, a bit like the furries are, but it's part of the part of the cosplay kind of world if you want to do those stuff, and so there's some weird gaps where it's kind of vague on which side those type of fandoms and group belong to, and I think that's usually where we'll meet. But it's hard. It's not easy. I think it's social media.
We can't predict what kind of content we're going to have in the future. That's for sure. There is no content we're going to predict. They could have another anthropomorphic/anime kind of TV show that's coming up in the future. We just have no idea.
Yeah, then the whole furry.
I mean, I was going to say
about it.
Our culture technically is mixed matching with normal people culture at the moment. I mean, just look at the movies that came out. Zootopia will still be like a number one example because that movie didn't make furries exist. More furries come into the fandom. Yeah. And to be fair, Puss in Boots, the new one, might be a good idea too, especially with death. Oh my god, the amount of pictures of death.
So Craig, the avatar creator, took one of his Zeus model and turned it into Death, and he actually like reshaped part of the head, and I saw it. It's really good. It's like the closest avatar recreation of Death is actually it's my friend Craig from Cyberware.
I still get to
he's
see
the one that
Death,
actually made
but
the
there'll be
base for
another
Avatar.
time for. There'll be another time where I see Death. But anyways, I'm going to start off with the question of the week, guys. And then we got to do our, our thing. You ready, stream? You ready?
But we still
better be.
got like 10 minutes. We still got 10 minutes in theory.
Actually, we already passed 45 minutes.
No, she said 56.
Yeah, that's when we started.
Okay, so we're going to start with question of the week. All right,
Yeah.
ready for the question of the week, everybody?
Yeah.
Question of the week.
What do you think are the most important values that the furry fandom should strive to uphold? Which is a very good question. Think about that and leave your answer down in the comments. Shut up. Well, actually, yes, you can. Gay actually means happy.
Well,
But,
no,
yes.
I mean,
Respect is the most important thing.
and pride.
Okay.
I think we should also keep our pride.
Keep up right,
Yeah.
yes. So
And
before we
the
continue
double-
any further, you're not gonna let me finish what I need to say, Whiplash.
No,
Maybe not.
I'm gonna interrupt you
That's
constantly.
how it works. That's how it works with podcasts. Interruption is key.
That's what 2-second latency does for you.
Yeah, that's
It
the only
does.
thing we struggle with. But here we go. I'm gonna start saying what I need to say. So yes, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. If you do hit that notification bell, it will notify you for our latest videos. And also, be sure to leave us a like as well. And another thing that you could do is follow us on our audio platforms and leave us a rating, as that will help us out a lot. Be sure to also join our Discord and Telegram chat. Links are all these links are definitely in the link tree in the description below. Because if you don't, Whiplash is probably going to whip you with his tail.
Or something else. I'm curious what he's gonna say.
Shut up.
I'm not about to whip a nene in our audience. All right, cheers.
No, hit him
Nah,
with the dab.
Nah. You see ArcaDad over here.
Hello.
See, if you don't do that, if you don't follow our socials and follow our audios pages, I'm gonna get Stream to come to your house and confetti everywhere.
No, not that.
We have a
Wow, okay.
Confetti everywhere.
Yeah, the confetti is going to be everywhere, but in your next line. By the way, your tongue is underneath your chin.
Tongue.
Oh god, I grabbed it. Hold on.
you grabbed your tongue.
Hey, that's
Grab my own
that could be a
tongue.
new trend. Your tongue coming through your mouth.
Your muzzle.
Like, yeah, I don't know how I did that. Hold on. Did I can't do it.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. By the foot.
But anyways, so
You want me to go
on,
with
Shane.
the
Yeah. Go on it.
So everyone, calling to our Top Dogs fan, you want to have some cool stuff? Well, you can subscribe to our server subscription on Discord. Become a podcast supporter today. You can get exclusive raw footage and uncut footage of your favorite podcast episodes. You can join also their supporter meetups and talk with the other podcast supporters and the team. Plus, you get a custom-made paw emoji and other goodies that will come with our $2.99 subscription. But wait, there's more. If you upgrade to the podcast supporter plus, you get episode voting, supporter feedback, and live audience. So you'll be able to be actually in the backstage of the studio, be able to assist the recording, and that goes only for $5.99. Plus, you can get sneak peeks of upcoming ideas, merchandising, and more. You don't have to join the subscription, but it does help us a lot, and we really appreciate what you do for us.
Thank you guys for
Trust
all
me,
your
though.
support.
Trust me though, you'll listen to the uncensored version of me in stream.
Yeah, you don't want to miss out on that.
Yeah.
We say
Yeah, man.
some crazy.
Like you guys don't see what happens before the recording of the episode and what comes after. We have one
That's
of our
gonna be
supporters
one.
plus here that was
Don't
there. and
don't
witnessed
tease
something.
them already. Don't
No,
tease them.
I
But
did, I've been a himbo of myself again. And yeah, he's laughing. I did a pretty.
Well, Hunter knows that, but we all are.
Yeah, guys, if you play VRChat and you get like overly comfortable, make sure you reset your avatar before you shut down your game and then join back publicly with people, because weird situation can happen.
I've done it. I've done it a few
I've done
times.
it so many times.
I have yet
Reset
to do
your
that.
avatar before
I never
logging
do
out
it.
VRchat.
I never
Because
do
you're
that.
because you're the angel of the group. Fiction, me and Stream are just like, oh, I can
I
just
can.
like,
I
swap
think
out
about
the
what
ones
I
too.
do before I just do anything. But anyways, I'm
I
also
do it
going to
too.
give a. I'm going to give a little shout out to our friend in the background, Hunter. He was actually one of our supporters. Thank you for supporting us. You're a
Thank you.
great little bean. Even though your
gets
avatar is
Hunter.
I need
huge.
to give him head pats. I didn't give him his head pats.
Papa. The Papa Chin. I got you too.
Now he's hiding.
Falling away silently.
No, wait. He's got to sit in your lap. You got to be sent to Stream.
Oh yeah, you
can
did
actually
say that.
sit on my lap.
Come here, Hunter.
What? Okay, come here. Oh.
Come on, Hunter. Come sit in Papa Stream's lap.
1 minute. It's like, wait. He's already like super
Well-
shy. We're not helping him out. Oh, he changed
Okay.
avatar.
Nah, Hunter's a cute bean though.
Okay.
He's in a smaller
Hey,
one.
come here.
There you go.
Come here.
Come.
Come.
He's in a
Come
cute
on.
reggae boy.
We're gonna do this real quickly. So, in context for anybody that's listening on the audio platform, one of our supporters is coming to sit on Stream's lab because he did say he'd do a service.
Okay, hold on. I'll just grab you. Don't move. Don't move. There you go. Oh, there you go.
Okay. There you go.
And voila. And you get
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
So much for your support.
Now toss him. Yeet him.
No.
Oh my god, don't do that
No,
to
I'm
him.
not gonna do that.
You eat me a lot.
Well, we need to do that cold once he gets
Hey,
back.
don't give
Just
me
like
ideas.
pick him up and go. Boom.
Okay, so the next question I want to get asked, because I do want to get these done. So, what do you think is this is a good question, actually. What do you think is the biggest challenges we will be facing in the furry fandom in the future?
I think we're gonna have to face a lot of stereotypes. There have been some drama concerning specific individual that put a label on the whole furry fandom. So having to dismantle those stereotypes and those judgments is gonna be difficult, but the best thing to do is just keep everything down low. Don't talk about it because it's literally unnecessary. But just even without those situations on the side, like we don't even mention them, just being accepted for who we are because we are weird is going to be a good challenge for us. I think it's always been like that. It hasn't changed, but furries are starting to be known a lot more. It pops up. So I think we're heading out in the good direction. Just making sure everything goes all right. Be very encouraging, welcoming, respectful is key element to make sure that we're being accepted.
We do have to represent an audience in what we do, and especially what we're trying to be in the future. So we definitely have to step up our game because, as season 2 goes on for Top Dogs, there's more to come in the future with us, which means this is a very much a learning experience for us to do things and how we are represented in the furry fandom and also being the public figures of it. So, as time goes on, the more serious we get and the more experience we have, the better. So we are looking forward to that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Trust me,
one
I
thing
think by the end of
important
it.
And one thing you guys must realize that everything that we say, it's all based on personal experience or opinions. It doesn't mean that we know everything. I said something in a previous episode that actually offended somebody, and I apologize for that. But these are all opinions or observations, and sometimes they might not appeal to you, and that is perfectly fine. It happens. It's okay. But yeah, it's all a learning experience for us, and I like where this is going. I love the guests we're having, and we try to get people to get in touch, get in contact, know about more stuff, and to help out. The basic of this is to help out people, I think, as much as possible.
What do you think the biggest furry challenges that we're going to face in the future?
Oh, that's a good question. To be fair, with how many people keep joining the fandom, there's always going to be drama, regardless of what anyone does. Like what you were just talking about. I mean, Fiction, I know me and you have gone through our drama, and we've corrected those people, and it's in our past, but there's always going to be those people who just want to bring it back up. Yep, for just absolutely no reason versus trying to point out something that literally was false from the beginning, just because they don't want to agree with it that it was fake in general. Because, how I consider it, how people put their livelihood into let's say how they put their livelihood into like a crappy job, honestly, and they think they're gonna go somewhere with it, and it never does. They're just kind of like that with a lie. Like they immediately believe that lie, and regardless of any sort of like, evidence that comes forth that goes against that lie, they won't care about it. And that's what happened to me in fiction. I just do my best to like stick around good friends now at this point. Like I would love to meet people. I love meeting people. I love talking, but I just can't trust doing extra stuff with those people because I don't know what's gonna happen. Some people might be too petty, unfortunately.
Okay, so I guess that leads on to the next
drama.
question I wanted to ask. Which I guess my next question would be, what advice would you give young furries who are just beginning involved in the fandom? This is a very hard question to give because...
It is.
Yeah, this is...
I want to... Can I go? Can I go first? Is it just like what would you help young furries with?
Yeah, like especially when they're getting involved in the fandom, because there isn't no hiding the fact that there is kids in this community.
Oh, no, there absolutely are. What I would do is like show them how good the furry fandom can be, but at the same time teach them the right ways of going about how they interact with people. Because there obviously, a lot of people know this already, that in the fandom there are some, the best way of putting it, there are some creeps. But to always show them the good ways of the fandom, like you have amazing people you can talk with no matter what. You have amazing artwork you can look at. It's easy to create a persona for yourself. You just gotta figure out what you like what animal you feel like you represent the most. And then there's a ton of artists in this fandom that you can go to get that done.
Yeah. What about you, Stream?
I would personally teach them the way of how to deal drama first, because it is a very easy and rookie mistake to do. And I would teach them the basics of having a good start in social media, because we're very connected to social media. We use it a lot to communicate, to gather up, to organize events. So proper use of social media, which my personal really easy to remember, neutral or positive. That's it. You keep it at that, nothing else. And learn the basic of drama. Social skill is something that is very difficult, but try to question more than actually speaking about yourself. Ask people how they're doing, what they do for a living, and show interest to the person, and then they will show interest back into you. Don't go out and start talking about yourself and me, myself, because people are not going to find you interesting and they will put you aside. It's harsh, but this is a skill that is applicable everywhere. It doesn't have to do with the furries. So be curious about people, ask them question, and then they're going to ask you back question, and we're going to be talking. You're going to be relevant to the conversation. You'll be interesting in the conversation. Try to join in. Avoid talking about yourself too much, because people usually don't like that.
I would suggest
be that social skills, how to use social media, and the basic of drama, which, if you hear any sort of drama, just don't pay attention to it at the basic of it.
I would suggest to these kids that, since who are, don't know everything about the community, if they ever needed assistance where they need help understanding something they don't necessarily know, which I can be more happy to oblige in helping them understand something they don't know. Like, for example, we all fell victim of this when we were starting off. I think Whiplash was guilty of it too, but I can't confirm that just yet. When I first started off, when I was a kid, I didn't know anything about when it come to art theft.
I had to teach my friend about that.
Yeah, furries are very touchy, but it's good you never did. Yeah. But I was guilty of it when I was young. I didn't know any better because I was a child. How would I know? Nobody really taught me or gave me assistance. The first thing that I got was bashing me, and which wasn't very helpful. It could have been handled better, but I don't want these kids who don't know any better to be another statistic in that retrospect. Yeah.
The best way to explain art theft is if you haven't drawn every single pixel by your own, it's you're stealing art. If you're taking a slightly tiny, you loop cut a part of a drawing and you put it on yours, then you draw everything around it. even though it's a few pixel, it's still called art theft. So you have to make sure that you can have a picture on the site and then you do your own version of it, but you cannot trace on top of it because that's not okay. Also, if you're going to be in a furry fandom, most of the people here are 18 plus. So let people know you're underage, because most people will assume you're 18 plus, because that's probably like 95% of
I don't think nobody's going to assume that anymore. No, I don't think so.
Especially in VRChat.
Yeah.
Especially in VRChat, it's so hard.
Yeah, so if you're going to be in the furry fandom, be very open about your age. Just don't take any chances. That will avoid situations so much. And if you're playing games, like you're playing VRChat, please, for the love of God, put your age in your bio. Because when I'm hanging out in VRChat and I feel like being comfortable, and it's not sexual, but I just want to be comfortable, I look at everybody in the room and I check to make sure everybody has put an 18 plus. That way I'm protecting myself. And when I see it's awkward having to ask people, like, are you 18? Are you 18? Are you 18? It's annoying. Just put it there. Make it like blunt obvious. Yes, we should all be aware, but if everyone do their part as much as possible, I think we can really avoid awkward situations and lawsuits and stuff like that. So please, just put your age. Don't be shy about it. It's going to be fine.
Here's my thing is, I appreciate it more if you put your age in your bio and then me finding out later that you lied about it, because I will immediately block you. Just for the pure fact that you lied about something that can get people in trouble. For there not being their fault. I'm
taking consideration of how most other people would feel.
I will treat you the same way as a normal person should be treated if you tell me your age. Because the thing is, we're all human beings. We just want to talk. We just want to interact. We just want to have fun and play games, stuff like that. But the instant someone lies to me about their age that can get people in trouble, you're just done for. I had to do that to a lot of people. It's ridiculous how many people have had it done too.
They broke your trust. You had trust in them, and they broke that trust, and that's a bad thing. Don't do that. Be honest, because like the truth will always come out. It might take a minute, it might take years, but people will find out. So just be honest. It makes things a lot simpler. Please, just be honest about yourself.
Yeah, but trust me, every single person who lied to me about their age, it came out one way or the other, and usually not in a good way.
Well, that concludes. Can't speak to that. That today concludes episode. So, what do you want to say, Whiplash, before we end this episode?
Wait,
he forgot. Do you want me to say it?
I was like very no. Give me a second. Give me a second.
For them, give me a second.
I was too into what we were just talking about.
I know you were.
Yeah, you can say it this time. I'll do it next time.
Okay. So until next time, keep being the top dogs you are. See you guys next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night. Good day.